Once upon a time, in a small, bustling town surrounded by green fields and tall trees, there lived a washerman named Ramu. Ramu was known in the town for being very selfish and mean. He didn't like to share his things with anyone, not even with his own animals. Ramu had a hard-working donkey named Bola. Every day, Bola would carry heavy bundles of clothes on his back from one house to another, helping Ramu earn his living. Bola was a loyal donkey who never complained, even though he was tired and hungry. But Ramu was very stingy. He never fed Bola properly. He would only give him a small bowl of dry grass, which was not enough for the poor donkey. Bola's stomach would often rumble with hunger, but he had no choice but to keep working hard. Days turned into weeks, and Bola grew thinner and weaker. His bones started to show, and he didn't have the energy he once had. Ramu noticed that Bola was becoming slow and tired. He worried that his donkey might not be able to work much longer. If Bola becomes any weaker, I won't be able to deliver the clothes, Ramu thought to himself. But I don't want to spend any money on feeding him. There must be another way. One night, as Ramu was thinking hard, he came up with a clever but sneaky idea. He remembered seeing an old cheetah skin at a nearby market. "Yes, that's it," he exclaimed. "If I dress Bola in a cheetah's skin, everyone will be scared of him. I can let him loose in the fields at night, and he can eat all the crops he wants." The next day, Ramu went to the market and bought the cheetah skin. He waited until it was dark, and when no one was around, he carefully wrapped the cheetah skin around Bola. "There you go, Bola," Ramu said with a sly grin. "Now, you look like a real cheetah. Go to the fields and eat as much as you like." That night, Bola, disguised as a cheetah, entered the fields. The moon was shining brightly, and the fields were filled with fresh, green crops. Bola's eyes lit up with joy. "Wow, so much food," he thought. He started munching on the juicy crops, feeling his empty stomach finally being filled. Meanwhile, the farmers who owned the fields noticed a strange shadow among their crops. "Oh no! It's a cheetah," one of the farmers shouted. They were terrified and ran away as fast as they could, leaving their fields unguarded. Bola was happy that no one was around to stop him, so he ate to his heart's content. This went on for several nights. Bola would go to the fields, eat as much as he wanted, and return home looking fatter and healthier each day. Ramu was pleased to see his donkey looking so strong and happy again, and the best part was, he didn't have to spend a single coin on food. But soon, the farmers were in trouble. Every night, their crops were being eaten, and they were losing all their hard work. The villagers were worried. "We must do something about this cheetah before it destroys all our crops," they said. One brave farmer named Hari decided he would put an end to this problem. "I will catch this cheetah and save our fields," he declared. That night, he wrapped himself in a light brown blanket to blend in with the surroundings and hid in a corner of his field. He carried a bow and a few arrows, ready to face the wild cheetah. As the night grew darker, Bola, dressed in his cheetah skin, entered the field once again. This time, he was more excited than ever because he was getting used to this midnight feast. But as he was happily munching on the crops, he noticed a strange shape in the field. Bola squinted his eyes and saw Hari, wrapped in the brown blanket. "Oh! Another donkey friend!" Bola thought joyfully. He was so happy that he started braying loudly, "Hee-haw! Hee-haw!" Hari, who was hiding in the corner, was startled at first by the loud braying. But then, he realized something strange. "Wait a minute! Cheetahs don't bray like donkeys, he thought. He looked closer and understood that it wasn't a cheetah at all, but just a donkey wearing a cheetah's skin. Hari's fear turned into anger. "This donkey has been fooling us all along," he said. He quickly took out his bow, aimed at the donkey, and shot an arrow. The arrow hit Bola, and he cried out in pain. Poor Bola tried to run, but he was hit by another arrow. He fell to the ground, badly injured. By the time Ramu found out, it was too late. His beloved donkey had died because of his own greed and trickery. The next morning, the villagers gathered around Bola's lifeless body. "So this was the cheetah that was ruining our crops," they said. Ramu was filled with regret and sorrow. "If only I had taken care of Bola and fed him properly, this would never have happened," he cried. Moral of the story: don't act in haste or try to deceive others. Think carefully before making decisions, and always treat others with kindness.